That would be amazing.
How's our frame? Oh,
it's the wrong way.
we're live too, so we should have had some like witty.
Well, the camera's it's the wrong
Right,
camera.
right. But we should have had some kind of witty, way to start off the show for these people watching the first 20 seconds of the video.
Well, we didn't. We're not.
Fucking mustard fell again.
Oh, Jack.
I'm losing my patience.
I'll deal with that. Hey, guys. Or whoever's watching. I don't know who's watching.
Welcome to 90s Percentile, our 90s podcast.
Was it up here? That'll work. Not witty enough already. We're getting the harsh criticisms real quick.
And the internet is as rough as they say.
It's true.
Alright. Oh, we need to look it up on here.
Look it up, Scotty.
Hey guys, we're not going to see your comments for a minute or so because, although there'll probably be a huge fucking delay as usual. Where do I go? How do I search? What is Periscope.tv? Is it just some guy on a hot air?
That was loud. We're just getting things started, guys. I see we got 7 already.
Oh, we won't be able to look up videos and stuff. We won't be able to use our computer.
Well, I can use my computer, which is
right. But we won't
off to the side here.
We don't even need this third track. We won't be able to play any YouTube videos or what have you.
All right. Well, it's already set up.
Because we'll be watching ourselves.
Right. Okay. Well, we do like watching ourselves. That's breathtakingly self-indulgent. It sounds like to me. I retweeted the Periscope, so.
You want to throw it in Reddit? We said we were going to do that last time.
I did throw it in Reddit, yes. And enjoy the amusement park. And thank you for checking in to let us know that you can't listen. We appreciate that.
We'll save it.
I'm liking the hashtag Bologna in the title.
Bologna
is coming. We're going to talk about this once we actually start recording.
There's a link or something, right? Right?
Yeah. This is the link.
Where?
Go down.
This?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting there. Oh, I hate this.
Oh, we're watching ourselves here?
Yes.
I don't understand what's happening.
How else are you going to read the comments?
I was just kind of reading them off the
I can't read that.
the phone. Okay, that's fine. No, you're right. This is much better. But there is a delay.
Yeah, of course.
So we're going to have a delay on the comments, which we usually do. Hashtag Bologna.
Unless we want to watch it through the iPhone. Since we're not using the audio track anyway.
Well, we can...
Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know. What just happened here? This is not working. So guys, we like to do a professional podcast for you each and every week with state-of-the-art equipment. It's not just an iPhone lying against the television that we're trying to simultaneously watch and record with. It's a standard of quality that We Studios has come to...
That's synonymous with our name.
Exactly.
Studios.
To synonymize with is what I was going to say. And now I'm seeing myself over here. That's interesting. We're doing like a duplex type thing.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's what was going on.
Yep.
Okay. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
This is stuff we couldn't figure out until we started the broadcast. That's what's really annoying.
This works.
Yeah,
this is what we wanted
We
before.
just can't use audio.
Okay, guys.
We can't like look up any funny YouTube videos.
That's fine. So
also, we're going to get any texts I get. Like if somebody texts me and goes, "What was that awful thing you were talking about?"
I totally want to text you like right now, like penises.
Let me.
But they won't see that, right?
Yeah. Let me mute my.
Okay, good move. Wait, it was up on the. It was actually on.
Yeah, you do it, because I'm losing my patience again. I'm nauseous.
You don't want us exposing ourselves.
So, guys, we're gonna eat a bologna sandwich live on air.
Well, let's say this. Let's do this in the episode.
I just want them to know why I keep
right. But we're gonna definitely talk about that. I'm gonna start recording.
Look at these fun cables we got in the shot. This is great.
It's pretty fun. Like, look how you're playing with them, and it's so great. The showing of the penises, that's later. That's for the late night crowd.
That's a high-end Patreon goal.
See, it's kind of weird now because I'm seeing myself, and it's not really delayed. It's like 1 second,
yeah, there is
like half of a second, and it's weird because it's like a mirror. It's like looking in a mirror, but not.
I guess.
The great line.
I'm not I'm not looking at myself. I'm just looking at the comments and my hairy arms.
I have to look at myself.
I know.
Maybe I'm just completely narcissistic.
Maybe.
But I'm like, my hair looks okay today.
Maybe,
you know, wearing my "You Talking You Two to Me" shirt.
Should we do more than 60 minutes? Should we add in like a 5 minutes, 65 minutes on the clock to account for the bologna, or should we just throw it in there?
I say we just do it normally because we always just keep talking at the end anyway.
Okay, just throwing that out there.
Why, we put in this 60-minute thing.
Originally we were going to do, here's some inside 90s percentile trivia. I don't know why I'm talking into the mic. We're not recording it. But we were originally going to do 90 minutes on the clock, and that would have been fucking horrible.
Yeah, that would have been too long. I think 60 minutes is perfect.
I think 50 minutes is perfect.
No, 50 is such a weird number.
Is it?
60, you got a good hour. And then we bullshit over it.
I like 50 because it's L. What Roman numeral is
L?
Yeah,
I see.
what Roman numeral is 60 at?
LX. It's like Lexus.
It's like reverse extra large.
It's like reverse extra. That's what we should start calling that. The new podcast tagline.
I was going to say that should be the new word for
extra
hour.
Large.
Instead of, we should replace the term hour with reverse extra large. Like, I'll see you in 3 reverse extra larges.
Oh, man. I think that would be great. I think that's exactly what we should do.
Also, we're not looking at each other. Usually we look at each other.
We usually look at each other. Do you think... All right, I'm going to watch you on the Periscope, and you watch me on the Periscope.
We should get 2 HD projectors and project the Periscope comments on each other's foreheads. You'll have a much better view than I will with your hair. But I think we should do that.
I think that any way that we can become more self-indulgent, we should just glide right into that.
Are you going to get one of those drones that follows you around and records everything?
Record my life? Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
That would be great. I mean, there'll probably be like a hum, but I can imagine us having a drone recording us.
By the way, I just love Bake 'em Away Toys has joined.
Great name.
Great name.
All right.
Much better than Scorpion.
Should we just get on with the show? Should we start the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait, I'm just curious. You don't have to comment. I know a lot of people are too lazy to type out comments. I'm one of those when I Periscope.
Right.
But maybe give us a heart or something. How many of you guys aren't regular listeners of the podcast, out of curiosity? I'm guessing one of the people that just left.
So who doesn't know what's happening right now?
Yeah, well,
I don't either.
All right, no response. That's great. Okay. I like it better when there's a delay.
Good engaged crowd. I love it.
I like it better when there's a delay because I can go, they'll get to it.
Yeah, right. Left, but we know you're a regular. We know who you are.
We love you.
Again, love the Gravity Falls icon, too. I heard there were penises. Not all you. All the regs are coming out, bringing out the inside jokes.
And scaring away everybody.
Scaring away the rest who are like, what is this about penises and
This
Bologna?
innocent little boy, I wanted to hear about the 90s. What's all this penis stuff?
So many innocent little boys just go on Periscope to learn about a decade they weren't alive for. Like, I remember as a kid, I would just watch public access, trying to learn about the 70s.
I would go look at the World Book.
That's right.
It was in the end section, I guess, for 90s.
Yeah, right.
No, now you have to. Now you do it through Periscope.
Through Periscope. Periscope, the modern encyclopedia. For penises and all. All right, I'm going to start recording.
This is episode 30. Yeah.
It says no SD card. I think that's a problem.
There's one right there.
All right. So 1 second.
Grab it from the tip. Don't touch the bars on the bottom.
Yoink.
We're not talking about the penises.
Well, but that's also good advice.
On my bottom.
It's true, you do.
Yeah, I think it's from my circumcision. I don't know. They left a little. We got the.
Oh no!
We got the discount.
I think we lost a viewer just then. All right, so now I am really going to start recording. It's making a weird circle thing.
It's loading. That's the loading button. The loading icon.
Yeah, I probably should have known that. All right.
This again. Screensaver. I gotta turn the screensaver off.
Guys, we're gonna get started in just under 20 minutes here. Every time it takes us a lot longer than we think it's gonna take.
If we did it more regularly.
Because I am such an old. But because every time we're like, we got this. We've done this before. We know what we're doing. We're gonna use Periscope. We've done it a million times. And it never ever works out.
I try to prep when you're walking over, and I do like 10 minutes of prep.
Right.
This time I spent it making bologna sandwiches.
Well, we'll get to that soon. See, now we're on a bit of a delay, I noticed, too.
Screensaver. Yeah, that screensaver fucked us all up.
Yeah.
Hey,
we are handsome guys.
Hello to you.
Well, hello.
Oh, is that one of those porn
probably
spam accounts?
Oh, yeah.
I hope we get more of those.
Yeah, me too. Drive those numbers up.
Beef up those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
They make a lot more money than we do.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's...
Amazon.we podcast.
Maybe we should stop showing our penises.
Maybe we should. Stick around. Maybe we will.
Get a lot more income than the
tease in the podcast
20 minutes. Oh, you know what? I don't have a screen. I do have a screensaver, but...
you want... It's probably
power. It's the energy saver.
Yeah.
Never. And then we're going to do energy saver.
We're going do that.
I'm going to say, don't save any energy.
This is exciting. This is what you come on Periscope for. The live experience of someone turning their screensaver off so as not to interrupt the podcast. Display sleep, you definitely want never.
Never.
Cool. Okay. All right, guys.
Fuck the environment. What's the haps?
What's the
news?
What's the happy haps? All right.
We'd be so disappointed if we found out
all of our listeners are really
a
pornography
couple
accounts.
of dozen of super fans and the other few hundred regular fans were all just bots.
Yeah. Oh well.
I found out you're a bot. It's literally all just in my head.
Follow me on Instagram for hot butt pics. All right, guys. I'm going to lose my voice during the course of this podcast.
Hot butt pics.
That's my Instagram account, @hotbuttpics.
I mean, no offense to your butt, but I'm literally trying to
picture I do squats.
I'm trying to picture your butt right now, and I can't imagine it in an angle that would make it hot. I mean, I'm not attracted to the male ass. But
I'm also not, but I've been told I have a pretty nice
butt. That's where the poop comes out. What's hot about
poop comes out?
What's sexy about that? Why did we pick that?
Some people like poop.
Why did we pick that?
We have not even started recording.
Why is it like a smile?
Not the show.
Why is it a smile like the number one?
I'm going to start recording so that this at least is recorded somewhere. I know we're saving the video. We are saving this video, right? Okay. All right. Roll the dice.
Do you want me to start over and find out?
No, I do not.
We'll lose all our
accounts.
Hot butt accounts.
Oh, you're talking about @hotpicsdaily? Hotbutts.org?
These cables are bothering me. Nobody wants to look at cables. They want to look at hot butts.
They will look at cable in Deadpool 2.
Instagram dance play.
There should be. I've always said there should be a hashtag.
Did you start recording? This is episode 33, the solo Periscope.
We're peeking a little bit, so.
Yeah, no peeking. It's almost Christmas.
It's almost Christmas.
It is almost Christmas.
It's almost
Summer
Christmas.
fucking blew by.
It did. Summer fucking blew, bro.
It blew. I did nothing.
Just blew.
I decomposed.
I mean, I went to Japan. I guess that was something, but
I didn't even.
You weren't there.
I didn't.
Who was I with?
A bot.
Oh my god, my wife's a fembot? Is that what we're saying?
She's a male bot. That's the worst thing.
Oh man.
Weren't you wondering why she had that penis?
That's why she has that robot penis.
And whenever she gets an erection, you hear gears turning. And
I thought that was normal.
No. Well, it's not normal.
It's not normal. All right, good.
So I start.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready? Oh, we have the air running.
I am ready. We're going to need to turn the air conditioner off.
Yeah, I feel bad. I didn't realize. That must be really shitty to listen to.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can actually hear us. No.
It's going to get hot. We're going to get so sweaty and gross.
Jangle might be
That's why she jangles. It's the gears.
She jangles. Jangle, future guest on this podcast, perhaps.
Unless you get a divorce.
Unless we get a divorce, but she will have something to promote. We'll talk about it
Although I think
later.
it should be a much more interesting guest if you did get a divorce. I think if you get a divorce, we should have her on again.
Done.
All right.
As much as I have in my power to get my future ex-wife on my shitty podcast for a second time.
We'll get into the negotiations.
When it's been very difficult for the first time.
We're getting into the negotiations. You get half the house if you do a 90s percentile.
I get the cats. She can have the cats if she does a 90s percentile. All right.
We don't love that left foot, but we understand.
I'm sure
we're an acquired
pick
taste,
some people
much
up.
like bologna.
We'll get there. All right. So I think we're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You are starting us off. How are we doing the countdown? Because we usually do the countdown on the screen, but now we're periscoping on the screen.
I had it set up.
We have that figured out.
I had it set up, but fuck it.
Use my phone if you want.
Yeah, use your phone.
Use my phone.
Whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Losing listeners like they were Jews in Exodus.
Okay. Not where I thought you were going to
go. I got nothing.
Not where I thought that was going to end up.
All right. In Egypt, Red Sea. There's literally splitting oceans to get away from watching us live stream.
Here, I want to do a countdown. Is that something you can do? What do I want to do? Should I just do the YouTube video? Maybe you should do this. Just Netflix. Why did I go to Netflix?
We just had a big Apple Android argument before. All I have to do is say Siri, start a timer for 60 minutes.
Well,
why don't you do that? Google Now, Google Play.
I can do that, but we're not actually recording. Okay, Google.
Oh, you want to wait? I see.
Set a timer for 60 minutes. Nope. Are you want to wait? I said. Well, that's not. This
you want me to do the
timer? Yeah, I want you to do the timer. I do want you to do the timers. This is not working. I love Android. It's just this needs to be coordinated, and it's a whole.
I'm going to assume there's some kind of timer on a Mac, on a desktop. Oh, I'll just put the fucking.
So we've been doing this for how many minutes? This is all that prime...
60 minutes were on the clock.
This is all that prime time, grade A material that usually gets left on the cutting room floor. But you guys are getting instant access.
I think there is a timer after the...
God damn it. How you guys' day's going? Pretty good?
Nope, this is the channel for the 60 Minutes News magazine.
Let's just play that in the background while we do an episode.
I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work. All right, are you ready to jump right into the recording?
I am absolutely ready to jump right into the...
All right. No, you know what? This will fuck up the Periscope. Never mind.
All right, let's not do that.
I was going to have Siri do it. Give me your phone. I'll just do it on yours.
I mean, let's
Google now? Google Play? Hey, Google.
Let's just...
Just say, hey, Google, open up timer.
I don't need to do it that way. I can just
say, hey, Google, open timer.
Here, actually, yeah, I can do this. I can do this super easily.
Famous second to last words.
We might get, like, my texts or some shit, but... Alright, are we ready?
Yes.
Alright, when you are ready to go, just start, and I will start it.
Alright, here we go. 60 minutes are on the... Fuck, I forgot to turn the air off.
Okay, I haven't started it yet, so that's fine.
Yeah, I can't not hold it. I don't know what's going on.
Because Jack's gonna croon a couple of ditties for you.
60 minutes are on the clock.
And straight out of We Studios.
My name is Jack.
Did you start the timer? No. No, that's
okay.
That's just for you guys. All right.
Oh boy, here we go. Ready?
Right.
We doing this?
Ready on your go.
Should I not hold the mic? I'll try.
Now you made him self-conscious about it, guys.
Great. I'm usually so self-composed and not neurotic.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
You should be sorry.
I also have like a sore throat thing going on. I feel like I'm going to lose my voice.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have the random topic generator open?
Yeah, all that is set up.
Here we go. 60 minutes are on the clock, and straight out of We Studios, this is 90s Percentile. My name is Jack.
I have no idea if it started the timer. Oh, it did. Okay.
Habit.
Okay, let's try.
Your name is Dan.
No, let's start over. That didn't count. Here we go. Sorry, Jack. Now for real.
60 minutes are on the clock, and straight out of We Studios, this is 90s Percentile. My name is Jack.
My name is Dan, and we're talking everything 90s, and maybe also everything before and after.
And that's right, and this week our guest is the internet. We are Periscoping this live. We're live streaming this to 8 people, 7 of which are bots, and 1 is left foot.
Right,
and,
so thanks
Nialo, sorry, you're definitely a bot. You're definitely a hot butt bot. Hot butt bot.
Hot butt bots.
Hot butt bot.
Absolutely.
Sure, whatever.
It got hot in here real quick.
Yeah, we just turned the air off.
As it usually does.
We're talking fast because we want to get to at least 1, maybe 2, 3, 4 of your listener topics. Cause,
yeah, it's been a while, and we haven't done any non-guest episodes in a long time. And I know a lot of guys, we have 800 topics that you guys have suggested.
Yeah, so we want to power through.
And lately, guests have been suggesting topics, and we've been just doing the one. So we do want to power through at least a few.
We do that.
Oh. Before that,
we have to. We talked a few weeks ago about how we're going to have. We were going to eat a bologna sandwich live on air.
We did,
basically because we haven't had. I haven't had a bologna sandwich. I was thinking about this. I would say at latest when I was 15 years old, which was 17 years ago.
Right, and I probably haven't in at least 10 years. I don't know. There was definitely a part of my life when I was eating a lot of bologna.
Do adults buy bologna? I bought some olive loaf.
I feel like adults buy bologna. Who's buying this bologna
I don't know.
if it's not the adults?
Well, adults are buying it, but for kids.
For children. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess how often do adults make their own sandwiches?
Well, I do every day. I make a turkey, avocado, and cheddar sandwich for breakfast. But I would never buy. I use turkey or maybe salami. I would never use bologna.
Yeah. Bologna is a lesser cold cut.
It's greasy, it's slimy. So anyway,
you're making me hungry, Jack.
I know. So I packed us a lunch.
Yeah. After a couple of weeks ago, we decided eating on air went so well that let's do it again and eat a sandwich this time instead of a cupcake.
So this is terrible for me for a couple of reasons. One, because I hate people watching me eat,
right?
Which we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
That's true.
And now I have thousands of Periscope viewers right now. That says thousands, right?
Yeah, that's that 1,000.
Yeah, so I have a lot of people watching me eat, which first of all is just making me self-conscious, and I hate it. Second of all, I really don't like bologna, and we're using white Wonder Bread, which I also haven't had in 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
And I have a really strong gag reflex. We were talking about this before we started recording anything. You were surprised that, I gag at the thought of things.
The thought of bologna was making you...
Brushing my teeth, I gag. I have a very strong gag reflex.
Right.
I would be terrible at sucking penis.
But pretty much, yeah.
I would be. I give bad head.
It's true, you do.
Yeah. I give great foot.
You get great helmet.
Yeah. But I give bad head. I gag too much. And yeah, the thought of eating this bologna right now.
I'm legitimately hungry, and I kind of am excited to eat a bologna sandwich.
All right, well, I packed you a lunch.
I noticed.
It says
Danny and Jackie boy.
Class pieces, and you can open up the lunch. And I made us some sandwiches. I put in a beverage.
Oh.
I wanted to get Pepsi Blue because that was the episode we talked about.
Did you leave a note in here for me?
I might have left a note.
Danny, I'm very proud of you. Have a great show. Love, Jack. He really did. Thank you, Jack.
Well, I wanted the authentic brown bag. This is a brown bag for our audience.
This is a yes.
I wanted an authentic brown bag experience.
And you certainly delivered. My mom, this is a little bit better because my mom would just, don't fuck up. Like, make sure everything's okay.
Is that really? You're just stealing that from the Simpsons?
I'm basically just stealing from the Simpsons.
I did get touching notes from my mother.
So we did actually get Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, so I wanted to get Pepsi Blue because the Pepsi Blue episode is where we first talked about eating bologna sandwiches live, and they don't make it anymore.
They don't.
So fortunately, they have Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi recently came back, so this will be good to have a live on-air taste test.
When's the last time you had Crystal Pepsi?
1992, when it was still around the first time.
I think the only time I ever had it, because we didn't drink soda in the house, was when we spent a week down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So one of those is mine, one of those is yours.
So I see that this one is just a half a sandwich. This one seems to have a lot more bologna. Maybe
no, they're the exact same.
They're equivalent. All right.
Literally the same sandwich. I just cut it in half.
All right.
Cut into triangles like you like.
Like I like. You left the crust on, which I also like. Yeah. Someone said we should get some Ecto Cooler, which we should have. I've been trying to find Ecto Cooler since the Ghostbusters movie came back. I have not been able to find it anywhere. I think you got to buy it on Amazon or something. So you click through Amazon.wepodcast.com.
What is it? It's high C orange?
Yeah, it's like an orange tangerine kind of flavor. But anyway, so in a moment we're going to get to your 90s topics. I can smell it. But first, I'm going to take a big bite of this delicious bologna sandwich. Can I have that mustard, Jack?
Yeah.
This smells good to me. I'm kind of excited.
Oh, it's so gross. It looks like flesh.
Oh, I almost got mustard all over Wii Studios. But yeah, if you guys are new to the show and you don't know what the hell's going on, it's not always about eating bologna sandwiches. We are going to take your 90s topics.
Oh, the smell is just...
We have just finished transporting our website. We now have an actual permanent website at wepodcast.com.
Oh, it's disgusting.
So you can get all the 90s Percentile episodes there. You can submit your topics there and also get our Simpsons podcast. But we'll plug all that at the end of the show. But we're going to jump into one of your topics in a moment. First, I'm going to take a bite of this delicious bologna sandwich.
Do you want my sandwich? I'm only taking one bite, and I don't even know if I'll be able to get that down.
I do want your sandwich.
All right, so do you want me to break it off then, rather than bite into it?
Yeah.
Kind of a germ guy. Here, you have this.
Dead air on the podcast as I chew bologna.
I'm trying so hard not to throw up right now.
This is delicious. I'm loving this. I haven't had a bologna sandwich in forever.
What is bologna?
It's just like probably processed hog anus.
Hot butt.
It's hot butt.
Hog butt.
It's hot hog. It's hot hog butt. This may be the worst episode of the show. This was not a good idea.
The mustard smells too, or is that the bologna?
Like you may puke.
Well, I'm really.
Jack may actually puke.
Let me lube up with some Crystal Pepsi.
I'm enjoying. I'm really hungry.
Ooh, that is yummy. It tastes like remember those jawbreakers that were metal? They looked like metal balls. They looked like steel ball bearings.
Yes.
And they were soda flavored jawbreakers.
Yeah, I was never a big fan. Is that what this is going to taste like?
That's what this thing tastes exactly like.
All right, let's try. So we're trying Crystal Pepsi on air.
Let us know on Periscope. Were the metal ball bearing jawbreakers just a Staten Island thing, or was that a 90s thing? Was that all over the country and the world?
Maybe I haven't had Pepsi in a while, but
this doesn't taste like regular.
It tastes
Pepsi.
a little bit different from regular Pepsi.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it supposed to? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more citrusy, right?
I thought that was.
We
Pepsi
did a
Blue.
whole episode on Pepsi.
Yeah, but that was like forever ago.
Remember the Nazi video?
Yeah, I do remember.
All right, here we go.
I vaguely remember the Nazis.
Here we go. I'm going to try not to throw up on the internet.
Let's see it. Jack's taking a bite of a bologna sandwich. I don't remember why we're doing this, but I like that you've committed to it. You actually bought the bologna?
It's mostly mustard.
You're putting it down. You like the mustard taste. You're not thinking about the hog anuses at all. Oh, really? Oh, shit. I don't want you to puke, because I will probably also puke if you puke.
It's a mental thing. Once I decide I can't swallow something, I can't.
Right.
It's like when I finish.
You can do it, Jack.
Even if it's food I like.
You can do
like
it,
if
Jack.
I decide I'm full, suddenly I can't swallow another bite.
There's still some in your mouth. You got to swallow it all. I'm gonna keep eating because I'm greatly enjoying the sandwich. Tastes like hog anus.
All right, I made it. I can't do shots anymore. I gag with shots too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drink like I used to. Obviously.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Actually, I drink more, but it's like by myself in the dark on the living room couch. Like,
Right.
You know what? We hung out. We watched a movie we're going to talk about very briefly last night. I had 8 beers. Like they
Really?
creep up on you, yeah.
They do creep up.
But anyway, I don't drink like a sorority girl anymore.
Right.
And now when I try to, I do get shit.
You're not having Midori sours and
I like
slippery nipples.
But yeah, I get nauseous when I do shots, and it's a mental thing.
Yeah, right.
If I'm enjoying myself, I can do 6, 7 shots.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, I'm old. I can't do shots anymore. So just the thought of doing a shot, I mentally start gagging. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
And I'm having the same problem with.
Well, you've finished your bologna quota for the day, Jack. So congratulations.
My little corner of a bologna triangle
sandwich. That was more than half mustard. You did it. So yeah.
I cheated. I did cheat. Although I said I wasn't going to do the Wonder Bread, and I did the Wonder Bread.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We should probably jump into a topic, unless you do want to talk about that movie we watched last night.
Let's talk very briefly about it, because we had a very passionate response to it.
Yeah, I mean, last week we were talking a little bit about Batman. Guys on the Periscope, you haven't heard that episode yet, but it's something that happened. You guys probably listened to it if you're listening to this as a podcast.
Yeah, check out that episode. Drops tomorrow, and it's a really good one with a special guest, so check that out.
Well, it would have dropped last week if you're listening to
not
the
live. Audio of this, yeah.
But, so we watched Batman the Killing Joke last night.
Yeah.
And I would say that we had low expectations, and they were not met.
Yeah, no, it was the
terrible.
Worst. It was the worst
really
animated DC movie ever, and we love Mark Hamill.
I haven't seen all of them, but it was
Conroy.
my least favorite.
We love the animated series, the Batman the animated series. We love all that.
Yeah.
This really was just awful writing. It was offensive.
The animation didn't look very good.
The animation was not great, but that's par for the course of these DC animated movies lately. But the writing was offensive. It was just Batgirl was just really poor. We rented it on Amazon, which you should do. If you don't have Amazon Prime,
Podcast.com.
Yeah, if you don't have Amazon Prime, go to amazon.wepodcast.com.
Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna duck out while you.
No.
Do we? There's not much more we need to say about Killing Joke, right?
No.
All right. So it was really terrible.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, it's not worth the $5. All right, I'm going to duck out of frame.
Are you going to go puke? Is that what's happening?
No, I want to floss. Somebody said, by the way, nice job on the website.
Oh, thank you.
So
it was a huge pain in the ass to do that. I'll tell you that.
The Barbara Bruce relationship was terrible. The whole first act with Barbara Gordon was terrible. It was really bad. Mark Hamill, the voice acting wasn't great.
The first half an hour is all about Barbara Gordon, and then she's gone. She's not in the rest of it after she gets shot. Spoilers, but not really, because that's the most famous thing that happens.
And it added nothing. The Red Hood flashbacks didn't. I don't know. It was just really poorly done.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I don't like people watching me eat, and I am very self-conscious about food being in my teeth, so I'm going to duck out of frame, I'm going to floss, and I'll be right back.
All right, should I pick a topic while you're doing that?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm going to go into the random topic generator. Let's get our actual first topic going. This is probably the worst episode we've done to date. Okay, so here we go. We have our first topic. It's sort of one that we've done before, but I think we can talk a little bit about it. The topic comes from Kinky Ken.
Ooh.
So thank you, Ken.
Ooh.
And the topic is how porn became more readily available changed your life. How porn becoming more readily available changed your life.
Oh, great.
So we did kind of talk about this many moons ago with our guest.
So let's just spend a couple more minutes on it and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. You know, it's so strange that porn is available like nonstop. I was actually just reading I'm on Reddit a lot, and on they had the TIFU, the Today I Fucked Up Reddit, and someone was writing about how he went to college. He put all of his porn above a tile above his bed in his old room, and he had like stacks and stacks of magazines and things like that. And one day he was at college, he kind of forgot about it. His mom called him and was like, "I was, cleaning your room, and
oh no,
the roof collapsed, and all of these magazines fell on me."
Oh, she was literally like showered.
She was literally showered in pornography.
That probably had his like DNA on
probably
it.
Had his, it was crispy. That won't happen anymore. Like that. That kind of thing will not happen anymore. Like, you know, you may have your parents would find like a drive of porn, but even that is
I guess you're right. Kids don't have magazines anymore, right?
Kids don't even have drives anymore. Everything is just in the cloud. It's all streaming pornography all the time. Like, even the way that porn has changed in the last 5 years is big. Like the way that
VR porn.
Well, I mean, that'll certainly be big. But the way that like we are nostalgic about like the hotbox cable porn and like watching Skinamax late at night or finding a magazine in the woods or something like that.
Finding a magazine in the woods.
It happens.
No, it doesn't.
Like definitely. Right in. Tons of people find porn in the woods. I definitely did. Oh yeah.
Like bear porn?
No.
Like grizzly bears?
It's not like created in the woods. It's not like grizzly bears are fucking.
Like tree gnome porn.
I would love that if there was just gnome porn and that you'd only get it in the forest.
I bet you we can't use our big board today because we're using it for the Periscope, so I can't look this up. I bet you there is David the Gnome porn, like him and his wife. Like
I got my computer. I'll look it up.
The fox is having sex with them, like some bestiality anime porn.
This is definitely an instant for private browsing. So I went incognito on Google here.
I'm sorry, I had to chew some gum on Mike. I'm sorry, I had to get the bloody taste out of my mouth.
So I'm Googling David the Gnome porn, and I'm just going to do image search.
Getting that 90s nostalgia.
I mean...
What's it say? How about I slap your shit?
It's a picture of David the Gnome, and it says, how about I slap your shit? And then there's just kind of generic porn everywhere.
What's that? What's that explosion with the guy walking away from the explosion? What is that?
That looks like
Scarlett Johansson? Nicolas Cage?
I don't know what that is. Anyway,
I was right. There's totally one with tentacles.
Yeah,
I called it.
So yeah, there is David the Gnome porn out there if you're so inclined. But going back to my point, I think that the way people our age got their porn when they were teenagers, like let's say you're...
I can't look at the bologna. I'm sorry.
Let's say you're in your like early 20s now. When you were like 15, you had porn readily available at your fingertips, but it was different.
No,
like
intended.
That's right. It would have been like it's so much different now because you used to have to download porn, right? Like remember, like
we have
Kazaa and BitTorrent.
We have
and
a teenager. We have a Left Foot is one of our redditors, and he's a
Periscope viewer right now.
He was Periscoping, and it looked like he was about to start telling us a story about how people his age do porn. I don't know. We did lose 2 more listeners, so
yeah,
it's indicative.
Yeah.
No, I guess you're right. It's funny. We've talked about this on the show before. I think where I used the same Playboy magazine over and over for years, and it was my uncle's that he didn't know I knew where it was, and I would go down and use it. And like I have those images burned into my brain.
Sure.
I can't. I don't know. I feel like it's gotta fuck you up if you're young. Like to have all those options. It must make real sex less exciting.
Well, that is a real thing that I've heard that there's been research about. Like the fact that people have porn all the time, you have unrealistic expectations about what sex actually is, and like
Yeah, Left Foot says people my age do watch porn and do it often because it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Even when it wasn't easy, we did it often.
Yeah. I mean, it's porn, and now it's free and it's everywhere. Like it's hard not to do it often.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you're seeing. I'm trying to put this in a way that's like not going to put me in jail, but I'm sure you're seeing your classmates, even like in junior high, you're seeing your classmates nude a lot more than you would, even if you were the most extroverted student and you were great with the ladies, that you probably weren't getting pictures of them naked.
You're saying like kids in high school now are taking like sex pictures?
Yeah,
and
junior high.
I sound like the oldest man alive. They're sending their sex pictures. Send me those hot butt pics.
Yeah, the Snapchat nudes, so that's a completely different way of growing up. We had to.
Right.
I remember we spent an entire evening playing Truth or Dare, working our way up to asking one girl to show us a nipple. Like
we did?
No, not we. Me,
but like
okay.
I was gonna say I don't remember
collective like 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to ease it in with like some easy.
Right.
I dare you to stand on your head.
Yeah. Right.
And then after like 2 hours, finally
I dare you to fuck everyone in the room.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a big jump.
And now they're all just snapping nudes.
Snapping their titties all night long. But what I was saying before, I think I lost my point now. Yeah, I lost.
It's easier now.
It's easy. It's so easy.
They're not as excited.
how easy it is to get porn now and how hard it is to avoid porn is inversely proportional to what it was when we were kids.
Because it was how hard it is to avoid porn.
Like, porn is readily available. You just type boobs into Google. You'll get some boobs.
Yeah.
You'll get boobs. You just type boobs into Google.
I know, we just did it.
We did just do it. So the fact that it's so easy and it's all at your fingertips, it's hard. I'm saying it's almost harder to avoid and to consciously make the choice like, oh, I don't want to watch that much porn. I don't want to be exposed to that. It's as hard to do that as it was for us to get porn back in the day.
Yeah. Do you ever...
It's weird.
I don't know if you don't have to answer this question because it's very personal.
Okay.
Have you ever found yourself getting porned out where you just did it too much in a given week and you were just like, nothing was like, it's like, nothing excites me this week?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And I think it is something that sometimes you have to step away from it.
I'm not going to say which guest on the show, but there is a guest, the Pent, not the Quint. There is a guest who talks about the Pent where he tries to, he sees if he can masturbate 5 times in a single day. And and it's very difficult.
That is difficult.
It is.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah.
So enjoy it now, kids.
Where do you find the time?
Just come on everything. But yeah, I think
it was a he. I gave it away. One of the guests was a he.
Yeah.
What's EGE, or do you mean edge?
I think he's saying edge.
What's
so
edge?
That makes sense.
Choke?
So edging is a thing. No, it's where you...
Oh, you tie a rubber band around it?
No.
What is it?
You're into some kinky stuff, Jack.
I don't know.
Edging is just kind of, instead of finishing the whole affair, you stop right before the end and then, like, cool off. And then, like, kind of do it again.
Oh, that seems masochistic.
It's something.
I mean,
it's a thing that kids are doing.
I will certainly slow down if I'm getting too excited to prolong the experience.
I'm getting uncomfortable talking about our masturbatory practices.
I wasn't talking about masturbation, but I don't think that's edging. That's just trying to keep the woman satisfied.
Right. Edging is when you're doing it by yourself, kind of as a training for the big game, let's say.
Well,
At least that's how I think.
I just want to get it over with so I can get back to watching my shows. My stories.
So, I mean, sometimes you just do want to get it over with. I gotta go to work or something.
Exactly.
It's like, I gotta come record a podcast with Jack. I gotta just finish up.
Did you wash your hands before you touch that bologna?
Nope. Yeah.
Edging is preseason practice. That's interesting.
So that's how I would say porn has changed our lives since then. And we've talked a lot about porn on this show already. So
the show's about 90s. It's about childhood.
Yeah.
Porn's going to come up.
It makes sense, but we're trying to get through a bunch of topics today. I don't really have anything else to say about it. You want to move on to the next one?
We'll get some other creepy porn topics down the line.
All right. So thank you, Kinky Ken, for that topic. That was a good one.
I understand the screen name.
Absolutely. So here we go with our second one. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a good one.
Procrastination. That's a great phrase.
Procrastination I've heard before. That is a great phrase. This next topic comes from Will.
Okay.
So thank you, Will.
What kind of anal lube do you use?
Well,
90s anal lube.
It's
a next topic.
It's a topic that has
crystal lube.
It's an Oozy topic.
Okay. Is it Secret of the Ooze?
It's Secret of the Ooze. Wow. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2.
Wow.
A great film, I would say.
I was shocked when I found out that a lot of people our age were like, "Oh, that's such a terrible movie," and it's like,
because here's the thing. I'm saying to you, this is a great movie because I love that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've watched it somewhat recently.
Yeah.
Not a good movie.
I know. It's
very, very bad movie.
But it's still enjoyable.
You're right. It's fun in the way, okay, the first movie is actually pretty good.
I will go on record as saying, we'll talk about the first movie, I'm sure it's a topic. The first movie is a legitimately near perfect movie. Perfect in the way RoboCop is perfect.
Right.
Like what it's setting out to do, it executes flawlessly.
Right.
Ninja Turtles is up there. Every scene is fucking stellar in that movie. The original 1990 Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and that was at the time the biggest independent movie of all time, I believe.
Before Blair Witch broke the record. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sequel.
It made no. I was gonna say it made New Line Cinema, but that was Nightmare.
Nightmare on Elm Street made New Line Cinema. Yeah. But the first one was a little bit dark, and it was more kind of based on the comics, which themselves were just parodies of Daredevil and were already kind of dark. But the second one was after the show had taken off and really, really been huge.
Yeah, I mean, the show had been somewhat popular.
The show was big.
The first movie came out.
Yeah, but the second one, they definitely cartoonified it a little bit.
Yeah.
They turned up the wackiness. There's a lot of slapstick. They added Vanilla Ice and added in a musical number.
Vanilla Ice there's a lot of flack about there being a lame rap song with Vanilla Ice.
Oh, it's a great rap song.
Ninja rap.
It's Ninja rap.
And again, we'll talk about this when we talk about the first movie. But the first movie also has a rap song. It's just not in the movie itself. It's during the credits.
End credits.
TURTLE Power by Partners in Crime. And it's
a
great song. It's legitimately better than Ninja Rap because it has the plot of the movie in it. You know,
yeah, just to illustrate how cool we are, we used to drive around our hometown blasting Partners in Crime's TURTLE Power really loud with the windows down at night, singing along. We all know the words.
Do you stand for what's right? And do it was like some weird mantra.
That's your turtle power.
Heroes of the half shell. They're on a mission.
Because something the bad guys enemy wishing. They stayed at home instead of fighting these ninja masters with moves like lightning.
Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, with one make up the group with one
other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. It's not nuclear.
Pizza is the food that's sure to please.
These ninjas are into the pepperoni and cheese. Yeah.
Back to the story. It's not hard to follow.
That was the best transition in any rap song. Back to the story.
Back to the story.
It's not hard to follow.
Step on the foot. Jump into action.
Yeah.
They're going to lose traction.
Oh, put evil in traction.
Put evil in traction. Good moves fast. Evil moves fast, but good moves faster than light. Shut in your illumination.
If this is what the podcast is becoming, us trying to remember the lyrics to very obscure rap songs,
the videos. I just recently watched the video.
I don't even know if I've ever seen the video.
Because
we'll watch it afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I just watched the video somewhat recently, and it's amazing. It's the guy from Partners in Crime singing. He's doing that thing where you're just kind of like awkwardly standing in front of a fake wall and looking at the camera and rapping.
Of course.
And like the Ninja Turtles are just like hanging out. We gotta find a screenshot of this and put it up.
Sure.
So like the turtles are just like hanging out, and there's one moment where Donatello. I'm glad we're doing a video podcast for this one. So Donatello just kind of like stares at him like curiously, but then holds it for like 10 seconds. So he's rapping, and Donatello's literally like this.
Wait, while the guy's rapping?
Yeah.
Donatello's just in his face
Yeah,
like, huh?
yeah, exactly. It's like it's his posse and they're dancing together, but for some reason the puppet just stops moving.
Right. If you're not watching the video, Jack made a very open mouth, wide-eyed gaze and got very, very close to me.
I think Batman is commenting, "Look at me!"
Yes.
Sorry, did we miss a comment? Is there something you needed to say? Is the podcast two musical nerds talking? No, I wish we were musical nerds.
We're not really very musical.
Might be. He's got a guitar and shirt
really.
there. I mean, that's a podcast shirt.
This is a podcast shirt. But yeah, so let's talk about Secret of the Ooze. They definitely jumped up the silliness.
You can't dust us off
like some old coffee table. Since you've been born, you've been willing and able.
To defeat the sneak.
Fight the weak? No. Defend the weak.
Defend the weak.
Fight for your right and
your freedom to speak.
Yeah, that was it.
To fight the weak. That'd be amazing.
You gotta fight the weak every once in a while. That's what the Turtles are all about.
Anyway, that's better than Ninja Rap.
Yes,
but yeah, also,
so download that
so
song.
it's much more cartoony. They don't use their weapons. I think Lord Matthew Waite mentioned this when he was on.
Okay, so real quick, interesting thing about the Ninja Turtles. In Britain, and Lord Matthew Waite can probably attest to this if he's anywhere listening, they were not able to call them Ninja Turtles.
You can't use the word ninja.
You couldn't use the term ninja, so they were Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, which is not as good. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well. And Michelangelo couldn't have nunchucks because nunchucks were like a gang weapon or something. They were outlawed in all of the United Kingdom.
You're rated R, or not even. Maybe they're just not allowed to show them at all.
So in the show, they had to put in a grappling hook instead, which is more violent to me.
So did they change every single frame?
I think so.
I'd love to see that.
But could you imagine, like, nunchucks...
Hitting somebody in the face with a
grappling hook? Nunchucks are violent, but yeah, hitting someone with a grappling hook is much more violent. Yeah. But anyway, they toned it down.
Nunchucks... Leonardo has a katana. Raphael has sais.
Right, these are bladed
weapons. They're not
weapons.
fighting robot foot soldiers in the cartoon.
Yeah.
They're stabbing people.
Right, and in the first movie, the Foot Clan was mostly like degenerate teenagers.
Yeah,
Sam Rockwell. Who was in the first one.
We gotta talk about the first movie at some point.
Yeah, we will talk about the first movie. We're going to talk about the second one. They had to tone down the violence because the first one was a violent movie, not like it's a lot of blood, but it was... there's a lot of hot ninja action in the first movie. they fought.
There was. No, it's a really good movie. The fight scenes are amazing.
I would say it holds up. It's much better than the Michael Bay one.
The puppetry is really well done.
Yeah.
The second one...
Well, and that's another thing that changed big time for the second one, because for some reason, they made a ton of money with the first movie, but then they were like, we gotta rein in the budget on the second one. and they didn't use as advanced puppetry, and they didn't look as good.
They had like weird yellow spots. Like they looked like they had some kind of immune disorder.
And it did, and it got worse for the third one, where they really looked like cancer patients in feudal Japan, just like trying to save a princess.
Well, that was because the original script, and they went back and did reshoots and made it about ancient Japan, but it was originally the turtles get cancer.
I mean, it is radioactive ooze.
Yeah,
Who knows what the long-term properties are?
Yeah, that half-life is 5 years.
Half-life and a half shell. That was the tagline for the movie. And then
the rap was great too. They got partners of crime to come back to. Back to the story. It's not hard to follow. They're dead.
There you go.
They died.
It wasn't hard to follow. Into the grave.
Cancer is hard to cure.
Yeah.
So they replaced the nunchucks with sausage links. That's awesome. But in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, none of them use weapons. And
like they had the weapons, but you just didn't see them use it.
The opening sequence, they're in a shopping mall. They're using inflatable dolls. They're using a yo-yo.
Right.
They always came up with other things to hit the bad guys with.
And they also had to add in. They didn't have to, but they did add in. I think his name was Kino.
Kino was like
the sidekick guy,
the kid from Surf Ninjas.
Yes, who was pretty big in the '90s. I don't know his name. We'll look up his name, but yeah, he was around in a lot of things in the '90s.
So I'm guessing they did that because some studio suit said we need a young adult in this movie that the kids can relate to. Which I always think when they do that, I don't want to relate to someone.
That was the whole point of like why Robin exists, because he's supposed to be the point of view character that the reader, as a young kid, can relate to.
Point of view character. I just want to watch Batman.
I mean, I like Robin. You don't like Nightwing?
I like Robin.
Like
Robin's got 60, 70 years of backstory.
Well, that's true.
I typically get jealous of when there's like... I just watched a Batman episode, the Batman the anime series.
Yeah.
And it was him with like... It's called Batman. I've got Batman in my basement.
I know the episode.
And there's like two nerdy kids that are helping Batman solve a crime. It's like, I don't need this. I just want to see Batman solve the crime. I don't need kids helping.
I agree with
Penny with my Inspector Gadget.
By the way,
Inspector Gadget.
That's true. And Penny ruined everything on that damn show.
Useless.
By the way, Batman the Animated Series is streaming on Amazon Prime, so check that out.
Yeah, if you don't have Amazon Prime, get it.
Also, Secret of the Ooze, currently streaming on Amazon Prime. So check that out, too.
Maybe we should watch that instead of Killing Joke.
Maybe. You're absolutely right. Ernie Reyes Jr. was Kino. I did know that.
Yeah.
And he was, he's old now. He's old
now. Every year, people, even no matter how young you are, you age a year.
Really? Yeah. Every year?
Dropping some solid insight here.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that everyone ages at the rate of 1 year per year?
Not everyone. If you're out in space and you're further from the Earth's gravity, you actually do age slower.
Okay, so that's why all those astronauts came back
slightly
as monkeys.
Yes.
Because they reverse age through evolution.
The evolution come from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Which I hope we do a sync points on someday. Because I fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie.
But anyway, that's it for Kino there. But yeah, we got plenty more to talk about. Ninja Turtles
2, New York City in that movie is a character.
I would agree with you.
I actually love the opening sequence of the movie. He's eating the bologna in my face.
Yep.
No, I actually like the opening sequence in the movie. It starts out with just a night in New York City, and this is early '90s, pre-Giuliani New York City. Kind of gross, kind of grimy, and everybody's eating pizza.
A little grit to it. Yeah.
It shows how New Yorkers just eat a lot of pizza, and it's a fun stereotype.
Hey, we're New Yorkers. We love a pizza.
It's true.
It is.
I literally eat pizza like every other day, and we have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 pizzerias on my block.
Right.
From here to the next intersection, there's 4 pizzerias.
Pizzerias are very prevalent. If you've never been to New York City, they are literally everywhere.
Except in some weird dead spots in Manhattan. Sometimes it's
like Manhattan,
I can't find some fucking pizza.
Because pizza's pretty cheap to buy. People love pizza, and it's pretty cheap to make. So,
Yeah, dollar store pizza. I remember that just became a thing in like 2011. I saw my first. I was like, oh my god, dollar slices. That's amazing. And now they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
It's good though. They're good for when you're drunk. They're just like, I need a dollar pizza.
You're exactly right. Sometimes you need a slice of dollar pizza.
Sometimes
you're walking down Madison Avenue and you say, hey, I need a dollar slice of pizza, Mr. New York. Over here.
There we are.
When are they going to tell me the secret of the ooze? Which is a good point that I want to make. There is no secret of the ooze.
The secret is that they were made.
The secret is that it exists. So that's by definition not a secret.
Yes, Leftfoot. That's our big.
That's a deep cut. Hey, I'm just a little country lawyer. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I don't know the law.
We had a comment in our Periscope. Was that the country lawyer character from our Simpsons show? But no, the secret of the ooze. This is my understanding from an article I read probably on Cracked like a year and a half ago. that it went through a substantial rewrite to make it more cartoony and add in the Vanilla Ice rap scene.
And the
originally it was going to be, I think in the movie, it's TCRI.
Yeah,
is the company that made the Ooze.
It's got a ring to it.
In the
acronyms.
It does. The comics, TCRI, I think it's the Cosmological Research Institute, and it's aliens.
Oh.
It was
so the secret should have been.
It was the Utroms, which are sort of what Krang is. These like little brain-like looking aliens. And they were going. The secret of the Ooze was going to be it came from outer space.
Wow, which
but
is
they
funny
got rid
because
of
when
all of
Michael
that
Bay tried to do
budget.
that in the reboot, he got a lot of fan flack, and they had to change it because that was pretty much the
because
origin.
the aliens themselves, or the turtles themselves, aren't aliens.
No, they got to be from New York.
Exactly.
So I've got two dreams. I guess I'll save one dream. I have this happen a lot, even to this day, when a movie's coming out or a TV show, or really a movie. I dream that I'm watching the movie, and when I'm dreaming. Everything makes sense. I'm like, oh, this makes sense. And then I wake up, I go, oh, that was completely incoherent. But at the time, I really thought I was watching the movie.
The dream logic makes
exactly,
sense.
Yeah.
But when you wake up, you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
I remember before, in 1990, so I was like 5 years old. I remember I watched Ninja Turtles, and the rabbit, the Japanese rabbit, the ninja rabbit.
You're talking about Usagi Yojimbo?
Yeah, I remember he was in the movie, and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess because I was so young, when I finally watched the movie on tape, like a year after it came out, I was like, I remember there being a scene
in this movie.
Yeah. So Ninja Turtles 2, I had a crazy dream with Krang.
Okay.
And it looked really cool where they meet Krang, and he's like slimy and he's huge, and it's like
that would have been a really cool practical effect in the early 90s.
It was like the Thing.
Yeah,
special effects.
Like get Rob Bottin to do that.
Looked,
that looked
in
awesome.
my head, it looked so good.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I haven't seen the new Ninja Turtles movie. It's the first time they've done a live-action Krang. And from what I've seen, it looks worse than the Krang in my 7-year-old dream.
It must, because you say it's a live-action Krang, but really it's like super CGI. There's nothing real.
I wasn't dreaming in CGI at the time.
It's a ping pong ball in a green screen.
Yeah.
But just real quick, you mentioned Usagi Yojimbo, who was a medieval rabbit. He was actually not a Turtles character. He is also an independent comic, still very long-running series, still done by the same guy. And just was integrated into the Turtles universe kind of randomly.
He's fun. He's fun.
Speaking of Turtles crossovers, here's something interesting that I read a couple of weeks ago that maybe you don't even know exists. And it's weird that it didn't happen in the 80s or the 90s. Ninja Turtles crossover with Batman.
Wow.
And here's the thing. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's a Batman Predator crossover. Why not have a Batman Ninja Turtles?
I don't want to spoil what happens. Skip ahead if you care about what happens in Batman Ninja Turtles. But let's just say that...
I'm not wearing turtle shells.
Let's just say the Ooze comes to Arkham.
Ooh, so you get a mutant Joker and...
Oh, yeah. And they're going to do more. Like, it was such a big hit that they're actually going to do another crossover with Batman Ninja Turtles. So check that out.
Yeah.
Amazon.wepodcast.com. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I got it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So check that out.
They should do a crossover with Wii Studios.
They should.
Ninja Turtles should cross over with Wii Studios. Dan and Jack, like a comic book Dan and Jack fight. We could be the two POV characters that I hate so much.
There you go. I love it.
And like
you're Kino and I'm in for O'Neill.
The Turtles are like, let's have some pizza, and we're like, no, bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, we love bologna sandwiches.
April O'Neil was recast for some reason. So there was like a token shot of her in the first movie with the trademark yellow jacket, and then Michael Bay, as he dumbs everything down, or whoever actually directed the movie, I forget. But
it's all Michael Bay. It was just blame him.
She wears the yellow jacket the entire time. But in the second one, she doesn't have the red hair. She doesn't have the yellow jacket. She's like very 90s, like a typical 90s.
By the way, I just like this comment we got on the Periscope. In the comic book, we're the heroes, and the bus stop characters from our Worst Episode Ever podcast would be the villains.
That makes sense.
I would like that.
No, the April O'Neil is very modern in Ninja Turtles 2.
In
Secret of the Ooze haircut.
You're not talking about Out of the Shadows, the new Ninja Turtles 2.
I haven't seen Out of the Shadows.
I haven't seen it either.
Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah. I don't remember her having like the...
She had a modern apartment because her apartment burned down.
Right.
I like that there was some level of continuity. The Turtles are actually living with her.
Yeah.
At the start of the movie, and then they have to go... She's finally like, I can't live with you, Turtles! So she kicks them out, and they have to find a new sewer home because the Shredder knows where their sewer home is, and they find this like underground train station.
Well, I was just going to bring up the underground train station. Yeah. Here's a weird side effect.
Underground railroad, if you would.
Here's a weird side effect of Ninja Turtles 2, where I wanted to live in the sewers, which is not. I mean,
Mommy, I want to live in this. I want to live in filth.
If you remove the context of Ninja Turtles, weird thing for a child to want to do. Didn't turn out well for the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Remember me? I'm Fred's hand.
But also, they found that underground rail station, and it was like, oh, we'll just live here in this like beautiful architectural marvel that's just laying underground. And I was like, my God, there are hidden things everywhere.
Because
you just have to look.
Ghostbusters 2
Yeah,
had a
Ghostbusters 2.
hidden underground station.
Was this like a okay? We've just stumbled onto something. Weird sequels with hidden underground structures relating to Ooze.
Have you
and
seen
slime.
the hidden underground station that does exist for real?
I have
on the 6 train.
On the 6 train. Yeah, I have.
So if you're from New York, or if you ever visit New York, take the 6 train. The 6 train actually stops at Brooklyn Bridge, or starts at Brooklyn Bridge. It doesn't go any further, and it actually turns around and starts going back in the direction it came from. And as of a couple of years ago, they now let you stay on the train because when it's looping around, it goes through this abandoned subway station. I haven't seen it yet.
You don't see as much of it as I thought you did.
Oh, okay.
But it's still pretty cool.
There's no monsters or...
There was a monster, but the Ninja Turtles killed it, so that was good. Yeah, so
it would be amazing if every 6 train, every 7 minutes, they have Ninja Turtles fight a monster.
They do. It's like Disney, where they do like the parades every 10 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty great. What else can we say about Ninja Turtles 2? I feel like there's a lot to it. But...
I really like it.
We haven't talked about Toka and Razor yet.
Yeah, we should. I don't know. I always found it almost more enjoyable to watch than the first one. Again, I think because it was dumber and it takes less effort to watch it.
Yeah.
It's
a lighthearted movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably more of a kid's movie, and I think that's why we like the first one better now.
I'm a big Raph fan. Raphael's my favorite.
Same.
Yeah, okay. So in both movies, he kind of gets a prominent solo
Not
arc.
like that. Not from you. From the first one, but that was my Raphael impression.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, and he strikes out on his own in the second one, just like he does in the first one.
Right, it's kind of his thing.
Yeah, and he infiltrates the Foot, and he gets kidnapped, and then they go, it's a little quiet, a little too quiet. And they go, I think it's Raph.
A little too Raph. Great line. It doesn't make any sense.
I named one of my Jack Attack mixtapes A Little Too Raph.
I love that you titled your mixtapes in high school and your mix CDs.
Oh yeah, I have dozens.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm explaining for the listeners.
Well, one day we'll have to explain the story behind my 3 CD. There they are, you motherfuckers, you motherfuckers. What are you doing? What was the third line? I can't remember.
I don't remember now, but that's a very long inside story.
I called it mixtapes. I was really burning CDs. I'm not that old.
Yeah, I did mixtapes in my time though.
I had a couple. Yeah. I would record songs off the radio. I remember I recorded that song "Crush" because.
Crush by...
I don't remember her name, but she was on the Howie Mandel daytime talk show that I watched every day.
Oh, boy.
And the song got earwormed its way into my head, so when it was on Z100, I taped a copy of it. It's just a little crush every time we hug.
I don't remember this song
it's
at
a really
all,
horrible song.
It certainly sounds like it.
When I was 10, 11 years old.
Yeah. But I do want to talk about Toka and Razor. So the big bads of Ninja Turtles 2. Shredder comes back.
Mm-hmm. Actually, he didn't die after Casey Jones had crushed him in a trash compactor.
Right. That was how the first one ended. Yes. So Shredder comes back.
That's what he says.
Shredder comes back, and in the animated series, he has 2 hench goons, Rocksteady and Bebop. Pretty famous.
They're not from the comics?
They are not from the comics. They were created for the animated series. Yeah. And the reason why they couldn't use Rocksteady and Bebop...
Because they don't have the rights.
Because they didn't have the rights. Right. Now, they did use them in the most recent one, and you can get Rocksteady and Bebop are in the current Ninja Turtles comics.
I know, I really have to see Out of the Shadows, because it's the Ninja Turtles 2 I wanted to see in 1992.
Right, but it's probably 25 years too late at this point, but...
Yeah, no, I
know. But they had to invent these new characters who were a snapping turtle and a wolf.
Yeah, which were the 2 meanest animals they could find in the New York Zoo, which...
Pretty big difference between snapping turtle and wolf.
Yeah.
It's like I got this tiger and this praying mantis.
I remember I hadn't watched it. At the time, it seemed like forever, but it was probably just a few years.
Yeah.
And now, time just moves so quickly.
Sure.
But in college, sophomore year, we were talking about how we hadn't seen Ninja Turtles in forever.
Yeah.
So we watched it like one night in the dorm, and we were like, "Oh my god!" Everybody was like, "Oh my god, this doesn't hold up," and I was enthralled.
And you were rapt.
But for that, it actually might have been before we started watching it. It might have been why we started watching it. But for a week, we just kept going. A line from the movie that Shredder says when he finally sees the wolf and the Savage Turtle, he goes, "They are babies." And so for a week, I was walking around NYU going, "They are babies."
I actually really liked that plot point in the movie because he's trying to make these like horrible monsters to kill the turtles, but they're baby animals and they grow and they turn into these monsters and they're still babies and they think Shredder's their mother.
Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles were babies, and in the first movie you see them, they go, Mama, Dada, pizza.
Yes.
And so they had to age fit. They're teenagers.
Right.
So they were fighting babies. There's a very strong logic to this movie.
There kind of is. Like some of it's done very well. And I will just say really quick, I mentioned the Turtles Batman thing, but the IDW Ninja Turtles comic series that's been coming out for the past like 5 years is really, really good.
Yeah,
I read that. The Batman actually ties into it. It's in continuity with that series.
I have some like old 90s, 80s Ninja Turtle comics. They really are solid stuff.
They are. I think a lot of it holds up, especially if you like going back now. I don't know if I read too many of the original Eastman and Laird comics back in the day, but now that I have an understanding of Daredevil and what they were actually parodying, like the whole Frank Miller, Ronin style.
Is that what they were doing?
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Well, so they were teenage...
Is that why the foot is actually a spoof of the hand?
The hand, yeah.
Wow,
You just got it too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, my mind was blown when I realized
That's crazy.
That. Yeah.
And the foot is... For people our age, is much more famous. I really don't know much about the hand until the Daredevil series, and maybe were they in the Wolverine?
They might have. I don't know actually, but they might have been in the Wolverine solo.
They might have been in the Wolverine pinball game I played, and that's why I knew about the hand. Actually,
yeah,
that's crazy.
You know all about the hand.
The foot is to step on the foot, and we'll step into action.
That's where it came from. It came from the hand, and they were mutants because X-Men was popular, and like,
oh wow,
like, that's why they're mutants.
Why is there anybody blind? Who's Daredevil? There's no blind Ninja Turtles.
I guess there's no blind Ninja
Who's
Turtles
Casey
character.
Jones?
Well, it wasn't a direct parody. At some point, they did invent their own things.
Who's Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin? The rabbit was actually...
It was Usagi Yojimbo, you're right.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, so check out those comics. They are actually really good. There's this arc called City Fall that is legit great.
Wow.
So I would tell you, Jack, you specifically need to read it, but you don't read things that I tell you to read.
I'm going to read those Gotham
I gave you a
comics.
stack of Gotham Central comics before we began either podcast.
It was the day we recorded our second recording session ever.
Yeah, and you still have not read them.
I have to finish my Vanderbilt biography.
All right, we all know. So what else can we say about Secrets of the Ooze?
We talked about the Ninja Rabbit. We haven't talked about Super Shredder. That was a big deal.
Yes, and as a wrestling fan, it's a huge deal.
Was it Hulk Hogan?
No, it was Kevin Nash. Also known as Diesel in WWF.
I think I remember a lot of Diesel screen names.
But then he was just Kevin Nash, and he went on to act in a bunch of other things. Quote unquote.
Like what?
I know for a fact he was in the Dead or Alive movie with, what's her name, from My Name is Earl.
RoboCop?
Yep, with RoboCop.
Jamie Presley?
Jamie Presley, yes. You remember Dead or Alive? It was a fighting game, and then they made a volleyball game out of it, and like...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This was a somewhat popular fighting game in the mid-2000s called DOA, Dead or Alive. And the entire premise was, it's a bunch of scantily clad women fighting each other. And they had realistic jiggle physics. Their words... So their breasts jiggled realistically.
So if you landed on your
and they
left
made a movie
foot,
out of this.
If you landed on your left foot, like the left
whatever the
would jiggle first, and
whatever the appropriate boob would jiggle.
No, I don't remember DOA. It sounds vaguely familiar.
And then you could furiously masturbate to it because porn wasn't as prevalent in 2005.
There was certainly some Killer Instinct frames that I paused on.
Killer Instinct, the fighting game for Super Nintendo?
For Nintendo 64.
Oh.
Where there was a couple times where if you did the right kind of sidewinder kick with, I can't remember the names of the female characters.
Or something?
There was one you would see all butt. And there was one where you'd get a substantial amount of side move. Sometimes I paused. I didn't have the internet.
Why do you think Tomb Raider sold so many copies?
The worst was when I would accidentally pause on a Saber Wolf, and then I had to masturbate to that.
I mean, once you pause,
I can't.
You have to continue masturbating.
We've
talked a lot about masturbating and baloney today. This is an odd episode of the show. Really quickly, I want to mention, I believe his name is David Warner,
the voice of Raj Ghul.
Yes, the voice of Raj Ghul. And he was also the voice of the Lobe on Freakazoid, which is a whole other episode. I would love to talk about Freakazoid.
He played the mad scientist that created the Ooze. I'm guessing that was Baxter Fly, but they didn't have the rights. No, was Baxter a comic
Baxter Stockman was a comic character, but he didn't get turned into a fly in the comics. He got turned into a cyborg. which they ended up doing in the 2003 Ninja Turtles. I know a lot about Ninja Turtles.
The new movie, Tyler Perry plays him, so
yes.
I'm sure they're going to do something with that.
Well, and he was actually black in the original comics, too.
There you go.
They changed it in the... I don't know why they made him a fly. They basically just ripped off completely the Jeff Goldblum The Fly movie.
Yeah.
And
the
just did that.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe there's some weird... talking about the 70s blaxploitation movies, and he was Superfly? I don't know.
Okay, there's something there.
The foot's the hand. I don't know what's going on.
There's Ooze with secrets.
Aliens.
They don't tell you what the secrets are. Yeah, so... I don't know. What else can we say?
I want to go back to Super Shredder. We talked about how he's a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, right. That's what we were talking about.
He stopped at wrestling.
Yes. So ultimately, Shredder takes the Ooze himself and becomes Super Shredder, which is a gigantic version of himself.
Yeah.
And, it was pretty
awesome.
scary.
Yeah.
It was an awesome costume, a great action figure.
We talked about this on the Ninja Turtles action figure podcast we did, but I had a Shredder action figure, and my sister got a Super Shredder action figure. She didn't even use her action figure. She played with Barbies.
Oh, lame.
So I was so mad and jealous. I was just like, oh, are they moderating the masturbation comments? That's funny.
That's good to know. Thank you, Periscope.
Apparently Periscope is moderating all the masturbation comments we're getting. At least they can't moderate us.
They can't moderate us. So, you guys, you know when you're jerking it real hard, and you go right up to the edge, and then you pull way back? I don't know who this character is.
That's Dan Mohawk.
That's me.
That's the Dan Mohawk.
I get really into it.
When I'm fucking my robot wife. Was the robot wife off air? I think it was.
I don't remember. It might have been. We were...
Dan's wife might be a robot.
It's possible.
He's going to divorce her and have her on the show.
We'll see what she says when
she hears all of this. That actually...
It never fails that I am listening to a moment that we're talking about her when she is in the room and I don't have headphones on. And she's like, what'd you say?
I'm also going to guarantee this is the episode our moms listen to again.
Yeah, probably. Of course.
Listen to our weed episode.
Yeah, well, whatever. What are you going to do?
We smoke a lot of pot and we jerk off.
At the same time, because that's how we do it.
Token and stroking.
That could be a podcast. That could be something. There's something there.
The weed masturbation podcast? I think this is it.
I think this is 90s Percentile. This is the first episode. Token and stroking. Where we jerk off to Killer Instinct.
We ain't joking.
We ain't joking, friends. Oh,
man.
Okay. So anyway.
That's my mask impression.
Got it.
That's our catchphrase.
Yeah, so Kevin Nash was in it, and Kevin Nash is a professional
Anyway,
wrestler.
Super Shredder was fucking awesome.
Totally awesome.
And he kills himself.
What, does he kill himself?
He knocks the pier over to kill the turtles and himself.
Well, but they, goad him into hitting a specific piece, and the pier, collapses on him, and he presumably dies.
Yeah, his hand sticks out, and then he dies.
But he doesn't die, because they bring him back, or they hinted at him. Do you remember the 2007?
Oh, that's right, yeah. So
they
the
did an animated movie.
Anime movie's actually
it was called TMNT, and it was actually supposed to be in the same universe as the other three movies.
Yeah, it's
and at the very end, they were like, oh, Shredder's daughter was in it, right? Karai?
I saw it in the theater with you, and I haven't seen it since.
Same. Yeah. So I'm actually surprised how much I remember.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
I also actually mentioned it briefly on Facebook at some point. Somebody had posted, "What's a really good trailer for a movie?"
Yeah.
And the first thing I said was Puchinsky, which we'll explain. We probably should have announced that at the top of this show.
We probably should have, but we didn't.
I guess not. This is coming out a week after our other one. Anyway, so I mentioned the TMT trailer because I think it's such a solidly well-made trailer where they're doing all really good ninja, and it's showing this is a serious take on the Ninja Turtles.
Right.
And then Michelangelo falls into a trash can, and it's slapsticky, and the turtle's like, Mikey.
It really sets the tone.
It's a perfect tone. Yeah,
is.
great, solid ninja stuff, and fun, just having fun with the turtles.
It's maybe it's indicative of the fact that we haven't watched it in 9 years, but did we enjoy that movie?
It was 9 years ago.
I remember it was okay.
Yeah, the trailer was so good, we were expecting something really good, and we were like, that was fun. We were happy it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was fine.
There was nothing bad about it at all. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't painful to watch. It just wasn't amazing.
I think that movie, I don't think it did that well, so they obviously didn't make a sequel.
They stopped.
But I think it did well enough that they were like, maybe there's still some legs in this Turtles thing.
Yeah. No, I was shocked the legs to the Turtles.
Well, and that, they have the new Nickelodeon series, they have a new movie franchise, the Turtles are back. Kids know the Turtles.
I remember I was 12.
Yeah.
I think I've told this story before, too. I was 12, and I was playing with the 6-year-old neighborhood kids on my grandma's street. And I made a reference to the Turtles, and what? And I go, you guys know who the Ninja Turtles are, right? And no. And I was like, that was the first time I realized I was getting old at 12.
Oh, man.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm the last person to know Ninja Turtles. They're not going to be a thing anymore.
Right.
And then thankfully they did come back because people our age started having kids, so the corporations, marketing,
the corporations,
TCRI,
that's right,
markets,
Ninja Turtles, who owns the Ninja Turtles,
because that's why these things have a resurgence. It's because the parents will buy it because they want to force their kids to like what they like.
Right, and also the Turtles, I mean, are connected to comics, and
they're still around. Yeah,
there's that. Comics has that perennial. Like Batman never went away. He's waned and changed a lot in popularity and in
he went
style.
away for 8 years between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, if you think about it, in the Nolan trilogy, Gotham City had a Batman for about 6 weeks.
Yeah, there wasn't a Batman in the Nolan universe.
And then they make him a statue, and he retires after his 6 weeks of hard work.
He did get his back broken at the end. And then died? Spoilers?
He didn't die.
Supposedly.
No, Michael Caine saw him.
It's a dream.
It's not Inception.
It's like, it's all Inception.
No, because he changed the autopilot.
Yeah, I know they had a throwaway line in there.
And who fixed the bat signal?
Wouldn't you like to know? It was probably Robin.
You should call yourself Robin.
That's your birth name. I like that we've referenced that 2 weeks in a row now.
I think we should just reference it every week in our Masturbation Weed podcast.
Every week we're going to start the show. I think you should choose your birth name, Robin. That's how we'll start.
You should have played Asriel.
We don't have that much time left. We got 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
What else about the Secret of the Ooze? What have we missed? We talked about... should we mention Ninja Rap? We did plenty of Partners in Crime.
Sure. I mean, I guess we didn't really talk about it. Sorry, I'm like dying. My throat is dying.
Have some bologna.
Bologna
Did you
cancer.
drink all your Crystal Pepsi?
I did, but luckily I still have Crystal water.
You got some mustard?
Yeah, give me that mustard. Oh boy.
Probably should go put it in the fridge. Do you want the Wonder Bread and the bologna? I have a full loaf of Wonder Bread, and I still have like a quarter pound of bologna. I don't want it in my house.
I might take it. Yeah, I might actually take it because I did enjoy the bologna.
There's no homeless people around to just give it to. We have a nice, decent.
There's some down by
I know, but I don't want to go out there and give it to them.
It's hard.
Yeah, I gotta walk over down.
There's a whole thing.
Yeah, and then what do I do with the bag?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
you just throw it in the wind and it flows beautifully.
Look at that bag. It's beautiful.
It is pretty beautiful. It's a good bag. No, let's talk about Ninja Rap. So, Vanilla Ice. Do kids know Vanilla Ice? Do people listening know Vanilla Ice?
That Home and Garden show he has, although that was probably 2007. Everything's old. It's hard to just keep up with the times.
Really quickly, I just want to mention this.
His metal song, Cold as Ice. What was it, Cold as Ice?
Okay, two things I want to mention about Vanilla Ice. Let's talk about that first, because that was also 90s. That was late 90s. After his rap career died, Vanilla Ice was a one-hit wonder white rapper in the early 90s.
He was a one-hit wonder.
Name a second hit. That's not Ninja Rap.
Ice Ice Baby.
That's the first hit. What's the second hit?
Oh, he had that. It's popular. I don't know.
Oh, what was that song? Yeah. He did actually have a song. It was oh man,
this Sweet Caroline.
That ba ba ba. Good times never felt so good.
So good. So that was
Vanilla Ice. I didn't realize that. You're right. No, once his rap career faded a little bit, he tried to reinvent himself in the new genre that was popular, which was like new metal, rapcore, whatever the hell you want to call it. And so he put out an album called, I don't remember what it was called, something terrible.
Sweet Caroline.
It was called Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
So good. So good.
But he actually did a rap metal cover
Too Cold.
It was called Too Cold.
Yeah.
Was the rap metal cover of Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, that's sad that he was trying to start a new career and he had to still use Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah.
But it's a terrible cover.
It's awful.
Ice Ice Baby.
Too cold. Too cold.
Ba, ba, ba.
Take heed, cause I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. Like trying so, I'm totally gonna lose my voice.
It's not as bad as the new Disturbed cover of Sound of Silence.
Well,
this is the sound of silence.
Play those two songs back to back, and the third song will be you blowing your brains out. Woo!
I like to
but check it out.
Masturbate to those songs.
Well, you and me both. I thought I was the only one. That's why we do the show together.
It's a real thing. We're not making a joke.
It really is.
Look it up on YouTube.
So look that up. But the other Vanilla Ice thing I wanted to mention was he was filming his reality show in Brooklyn one night. And it happened to be the night, a friend of the show, Dan Ozzie, and I, we used to do a bad movie night in Brooklyn monthly. And we were actually showing the Vanilla Ice movie Cool as Ice, which is a whole topic in itself, which we can talk about for hours.
In there.
And we tried to get him to show up because he was like down the street. He was very close by.
Like hanging out, or he lived down the street?
No, he was filming his reality show, and like they were finishing for the day. And
how do you know?
Dan follows him on Twitter.
Of course.
Yeah, Dan's big in the Twitter world, and he was trying to get him to come, and he didn't come. He almost did.
He didn't come to a bad movie night with his movie. I mean,
I don't blame him, but he did like tweet at us, and he was like, "It's a great movie. I hope you guys enjoy it," or like something like that.
Bad movie night.
Yeah, pretty much. So Vanilla Ice, good guy. It seems like he knows his actual place.
From what I heard, I don't know. I don't do celebrity gossip. I thought he fell off. Like he was not doing it as well as he was during that time.
Yeah. Well, now you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I feel like
in jail or something.
I feel like he went through a very humble period in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean,
guy was on top of the world, and now he was hanging with the Ninja Turtles, which to me is being on top of the world.
I've never made millions of dollars in my early 20s. I'm sure it's.
It's
easy to backseat quarterback and say, you should have saved the money. And
I'm not even saying that. I mean, it was a fluke. Probably he shouldn't have hit it big at all.
That's all one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, whatever.
Even though he had 2 hits, I can't remember the name of the second.
It was
Sweet Caroline.
So good. I really want to remember what the song was because it's actually not a bad song. Oh, it was like Play That Funky Music something.
Yes, yeah.
Because
he used Super Freak not Super Freak. He used
something like that.
Queen's.
Well, that was Ice Ice
Baby. He used Under Pressure.
Yeah.
So then he used Play That Funky Music.
Actually, it was completely different, Jack. Do you remember this?
Hammer.
Do you remember this is an actual 90s thing where Vanilla Ice was sued for sampling...
the Ice Ice Baby, yeah.
Right, and while he was testifying, he said, no, that's dun 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 dun. My song's dun 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 dun.
Oh, no, didn't he add an extra dun, too?
Yeah, that's what he was arguing.
Yeah,
he was arguing that was changing it, and
he
did this under
I'd argue, too, just not get sued for millions of dollars. He's wrong, but...
But you could pay it at that point.
He's also tweeting at Bad Movie Night saying it's a great movie. Well, you have to have a certain level of denial.
That was 20 years later.
To be Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. 2 minutes left on the clock. What else can we say about Ninja Turtles? We got anything else? The third one, not a good movie, but we could save that. I'm sure it's a topic in there.
Yeah.
I've only seen that one like twice.
I'm trying to think. What else is in the second one? We didn't really mention the Shredder's assistant, but he was in the first one too.
Right.
The junkyard scene.
I'm trying to remember. It's weird. Like there wasn't a lot of stuff.
They made Donatello. They made Donatello a nerd in the second one,
right?
And he wasn't in the first one. They were all kind of homogenous in the first one.
Well, because the first one he was voiced by Corey Feldman, and I feel like Corey Feldman had a hand in shaping the character.
Yeah, he's too cool to play a nerd. He didn't play it in the second one.
Not in the second. He did come back for the third, though.
Of course, yeah.
Because by that point, Corey Feldman and Vanilla Ice both needed money. Corey Feldman maybe still needs money. I don't know. We don't know.
I'm sure he's fine.
I always liked Corey Feldman, and I feel like he's really gone off the rails.
I think he did. I think he's come back now, right?
I don't know.
I think he's more legit now.
I feel bad for Corey Feldman because Corey Haim died, and
he was his best friend. Yeah, that's what to say. Apparently, they both got abused.
Yeah,
as kids, and
I feel bad, but Corey Feldman was in Bordello of Blood.
I was about to say that he was great in it,
and he was great in that movie. Yeah, that's where I really fell in love with the Feld.
How is the increased accessibility of TMNT porn?
I bet there's TMNT porn out there.
Oh, yeah.
There must be. I don't want not on my computer, my friend.
You want to look up April O'Neil getting by Backs to the Fly?
Well, I was actually thinking...
is there an octopus character? There's got to be some kind of tentacle porn.
There might be an octopus
I assume
character.
Everything has tentacle porn.
I feel like we're running out of time on the show.
Yeah, 35 seconds.
But do you remember Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, which was kind of a spin-off of the movies?
Yeah,
it was a live-action Power Rangers style show.
I'm sure we're going to get to that as its own topic, or as a topic with one of the Ninja Turtles.
But I just want to mention they had Venus de Milo, which was the female turtle.
She's Chinese. She wasn't Japanese.
Right. I guarantee if I search Ninja Turtles porn, I'm going to get something.
You're going to get Venus getting some penis.
Venus getting some penis.
Oh, man,
10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles is literally the first result.
I wish I had some weed right now.
Yeah,
there's some naked.
I could have gone.
Matches the curtains.
I could have gone my entire life.
And that's our show.
That's our show. I could have gone my entire life without seeing Michelangelo jizz on April O'Neil. But now I've seen it.
Phone making that
noise? That's my phone making that noise. All right, guys. So that was an episode. It went to some strange places. It started in some strange places, but
never left.
Yeah, but Jack.
Stranger Things is actually about our show. It's just about stroking a token.
That's right. It happens in episode 9 of Stranger Things. Will Byers stroking a token. That's it for this episode of 90s Percentile. I want to thank you guys for listening and watching on the Periscope. But Jack, before we close up shop tonight,
we're going to eat some bologna sandwiches.
I'm going to ask you, what did you learn today?
I learned that, honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to eat bologna ever again in my life unless I drown it in mustard.
That was not, you're not joking. I could tell that was a legit, like a dry heave almost.
Yeah.
Just the thought of bologna makes you want to.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a bit. I do gag.
Well, we don't do bits on this show.
I do gag very easily.
We don't do bits on this show.
Give bad head. That's what I learned.
That's right.
I learned I give bad head.
What have I learned? I learned, geez, that you're very susceptible to bologna-based. I could just say bologna. You're just like my friend who cries when I play the music from Up. All I have to do is say bologna and I can get you to
There is a song that makes me teary-eyed automatically like that. It's not the soundtrack from Up.
Right.
It's, is it Chariots of Fire?
Yeah. I think it's the theme from Chariots of Fire.
That makes me cry sometimes because I don't know, me and my sister had imaginary friends and I killed off like this imaginary dolphin.
Like you do.
And I played that song to be like the sad music as it's dying.
Yeah.
I made her cry, and then anyway, we have that. Both of us have that song tied in now. We both cry when we hear that song.
Well, that's another thing I've learned.
Imaginary dolphin.
That's another learned thing today.
Except we don't go da 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 da. We go da 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 poon da da.
Poon da da.
That's just how we. That was the doo-wop word syllables we used.
Yeah, this is.
I didn't know what poon was at the time.
I can tell, guys. Thanks so much for listening on this episode of 90s Percentile. If you want more from us, you can go to wepodcast.com.
No, left foot. I didn't kill one of my imaginary friends. I killed one of hers.
Of course, naturally. Go to wepodcast.com, weepodcast.com. You can get all of our episodes are up there now. All of 90s Percentile, all of our Simpsons Show Worst Episode Ever is up there, and our sync points are all there. So go to wepodcast.com, and if you want to suggest a 90s topic, you can do that there as well.
Yeah, and I'm at Jackie No Breaks. If you want to find me. And
absolutely. I'm at Then Dan Says. The podcast as always is at 90s Percentile.
And if you want to check out on my Facebook page, Use in a Sentence, I think. My old spelling homework still going strong. I in the beginning of the summer, I had automatically set all my posts for the summer, and I'm going to run out soon. And I probably should have added some more, and I'm probably not going to get around to it.
All right, so get them while you can.
Get them while you can.
And if you want to support the show, all you got to do is go to amazon.wepodcast.com, buy whatever you want, buy yourself something nice. We got a small cut of what you buy, and that helps keep the show free. And also, if you don't want to spend any money, what you do is you go on that iTunes. You go onto our podcast and you rate us 5 stars or better.
Yeah, don't
no worse.
Pretend like we didn't almost throw up on air and talk a lot about masturbating
And it was recently brought to our attention that there are international listeners reviewing the show, that we were not looking at their reviews.
Yeah, well, apparently when we look at iTunes reviews, we only see United States reviews.
Right, by default.
And I think maybe if you're in another country, you might only see those, or maybe you also see the American ones. I don't know, but we missed, there's 4 or 5 we've missed, maybe less.
Right, so we've got one here.
We want to read this one because he or she alerted us to this fact.
Right.
Ireland, 1992. And the review is The Perfect Balance of Nostalgia. Do you still have any bologna sandwich left?
I have eaten all of the bologna.
I was going to say, maybe I should try to eat it while I read this
review.
Oh,
God. you made the whole podcast without puking. Let's not do it now.
The Perfect Balance of Nostalgia and Hilarity. Superb. 5 stars by Ireland, 1992. It says, I was introduced to this podcast through the Worst Episode Ever podcast, parentheses, a must for any Simpsons fan, by the way, exclamation point, close parentheses. And we love people who use parentheses.
Love them. They're the best.
And it is just superb. Having been born in the 90s, it brought me right back to my childhood and some of my earliest and fondest memories, from Super Soakers to Robin Williams movies, and I'm assuming masturbating.
Of course.
And porn. There's more. Oh no. I took a screenshot, so I can't click the word more. So...
So tune in next week for part 2 of that 5-star review.
I would listen to Jack and Dan read and tune in next week.
Yeah, next week
Dan will finish the review.
We're leaving with a cliffhanger. I love it. This is a new thing we're going to do from now on.
That's it. My name is Jack.
My name is Dan, and we will see you in another decade.
Oh, boy.
All right, guys. That was an interesting episode.
Yes.
Left Foot, thank you for sticking around. You may be the only one who's been here the entire time.
There's a few, and I saw Kevin Hartthorne and Yellow. Do you guys? We were gonna do a Q&A. You picked not a great time slot to do it.
No.
So there's not many of you here. Should we just leave it on this feed? We were going to do it on Worst Episode Ever feed.
I say let's just leave it, and whatever questions you guys got.
But we are going to stop this video and start a new one, because it automatically saves, and we'll keep them separate on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like editing these. iMovie is just a really shitty editing software.
That's why we're here, because we don't have lives either.
So join us in a minute for a Q&A and ask us whatever the fuck you feel like, because we've got a little time.
A little time to kill, just like John Grisham.
Yes, they deserve to die.
And I hope they burn in hell.
That would have been the perfect time to
stop
the video.
I love that every video has to end with Jack's face just like trying to end the video.